Hey there, so I am so excited to share with you this month's class lesson. This is your Tier 1 resource and it is all about cooperation. So when it comes to our classroom counseling lessons, there's a few things we want to look for to make sure that they're engaging. First, we want them to be interactive and fun. So we want them to be hands-on, really fun, student-led, and we want them to be engaging and memorable. So the more engaging the lesson is, the more memorable it is, meaning the students are more likely to retain the information, which is the whole point of the lesson, right? We also want to check for student understanding. So we can do this throughout the lesson by asking clarifying questions or by using a simple data tracking tool. And I have one included for you here. Now this lesson is for 2nd to 5th grade, but you can modify it if necessary. Obviously some of our 2nd graders are a lot different than our 5th graders, so you can take what you need or add to it with supplemental materials if you need to as well. So let's take a look at what it looks like in action. So if you'll see here, you'll see that I have an awesome poster, there's a reflection piece, you can see some self-assessments, and a foldable. So this includes a detailed counselor's guide and outline. So the outline will tell you everything you need to do, and it even includes a script. So it'll say like, next, tell students they'll be learning about cooperation, say this. So if you feel kind of nervous in front of the class, especially without like a slide deck to assist you, this outline is going to be a game changer for you. It also has the suggested minutes. So this is based on a 30-minute class lesson. So the suggested minutes are included there, so you can pace your lesson so you don't spend too much time on one activity or run out of time at the end of the class. And then there's that poster like I was telling you. So you're going to define cooperation as a class, use the poster, and then you can always talk about how it relates back to the icebreaker activity, which I'll get to in a moment. But I love doing that to kind of get everyone to tie in what they've already learned to this new definition. Now, you can laminate this poster and take it with you as you go to all the different classes, or you could give them to the teacher as a little gift that they could keep in their classroom to hang up. That would be a cool way to serve as a reminder of what your counseling lesson was about. Okay, so this one has a hands-on icebreaker and discussion. Now for the icebreaker, it is a blanket game. So I couldn't find a good picture of a blanket, but this is a parachute. But what they're going to do is you're going to lay a large blanket or sheet or parachute on the floor, and then you're going to have all the kids in the class stand on the blanket. And then their task is that they have to get to the opposite side without stepping off the blanket. So they have to work together to achieve the goal. So they have to say like, excuse me, and some people like go around each other, maybe go under each other. Think of it kind of like the game Twister, right? They have to get creative to get to the other side. Maybe they have to take turns. Maybe someone is kind of acting as a leader saying, you go here, you go here. It'll be really interesting to see what the kids do. And you can set a little timer for this as well. Now this is the first thing they do. So this is before they even know that they're learning about cooperation. You'll say, hey, today we're going to talk about cooperation, but they don't even know what that is yet. But they're just going to play this game. So that's the whole point of the icebreaker. It's related to the topic, but it's kind of like a little clue to entice them on what's to come. And then we have hands-on discussion as well. So we're going to do a discussion beach ball toss. You may have heard me talk about these before. I love them. Just get a cheap beach ball, blow it up. These are great because you can deflate them and keep it somewhere in your office. That's small. It's not like it's going to take up a lot of room. And then you can write on the write on the beach ball the different questions in a dry erase marker so you could reuse it. And then you toss, and then the kids catch it, and wherever their thumbs land, they get to pick between those two questions. So in this case, the questions are, what is cooperation? How did you have to work together in the blanket game? When is a time that it was difficult to work together? When is it easy to work together? Why is cooperating with others an important skill? Who is someone that you know who cooperates well with others, and how do they work well with others? So you're going to ask these questions as you toss the ball. Now if you want, because there's 6 questions, you likely have like 20 kids in the class, you could ask the same question to multiple people, right? So toss it, we're going to toss it 3 times to answer this first question. And spin-off questions and conversations may occur as well. For the actual activity, this one's fun. It's also really interactive. It is a project-based learning activity. So this is where the students are going to work together to make their school a better place. So at first they're going to brainstorm some ideas on what they can do, and then they're going to actually do the idea. So a few things could be like picking up trash on the playground, writing notes of encouragement to teachers, each other, or to the custodial staff, or writing positive messages and displaying them in the hallway, anything like that. They get to come up with the ideas, you can kind of guide them, and then you're going to have time, because you have like 15 minutes for this activity, So about 5 minutes to brainstorm and then 10 minutes to go do it. So actually write those notes or go pick up trash or hang up the posters. So this is kind of fun, gets the kids up and moving out of the classroom and getting to improve their school right away. And then we have our reflection piece. So after you come back together after that activity, it's time for some independent reflection. So the kids are going to make a cut and paste foldable, and this is where they can identify their cooperation strategies. And then there is a written reflection that serves as a companion to this. So they're going to answer the questions about describing their experience working with others, their ability to work well with others, and their desire to work well with others. And you may have to guide the students through these questions, especially if we're talking like second graders. And lastly, we have the data tracking tool. So I love to do self-assessments. These are quick 3 questions. They don't even have to put their names on them. Simply circle or color in these thumbs to indicate yes or no. I know what cooperation means. I can cooperate with my classmates, and I know what is required to cooperate with others. So this is going to be the very first thing you do when you walk in the room, so before you even do the icebreaker, and then it's going to be the very last thing. Then you'll collect them, and then you'll have the data to see how the kids have changed as a result of your lesson. Okay, guys, I hope you love this one.